Hi there, thanks for clicking on my video. If you don't already know me, my name is Consuela Blanche, also known as Queen.rizzler, and I am going to make some videos. This is going to be a short little series of videos. We're going to try to keep them to 15 minutes or less, because historically videos on my channel are pretty long. We've been streaming lately, so those are upwards of 2 hours. That's not for everyone. When we were flipping, those were always over an hour or two. Again, not for everyone. So I'm challenging myself to make 15-minute videos, 15 to 20 minutes, because that's a nice little bite-sized piece. So I have a special project that I was inspired to do, which basically involves avatar creation. So I have that itch. I've been a resident for a while, and usually I can have looks that last for a while. Gosh, I want to say years, depending on what's going on. So this current look, I want to say, is maybe about a year old, and it most resembles what I look like in SLife, from body shaping to face to hair color. So she looks more like me than any avatar I've had, and so that's all well and good, but I really enjoy the ability to create different avatars in Second Life, and I've been doing some, I don't want to say soul searching really, but just in focusing on, I don't know, like spiritual things, or, my ancestry, that kind of stuff, your roots. I was thinking more about well, I want to say ancestry, I guess, genealogy. I don't know how many out there have done like 23andMe or something similar. I am Puerto Rican, and that's never been a secret. And I've always known that being Puerto Rican means that you have DNA from Europe. There's probably some African as well as indigenous. So when I dug into my 23andMe, I was actually really surprised to find how much European it was. I thought it was really more African, and it was not. So really, in general, I think if I were to round up the percentages, I'm about 70% European, 15% indigenous, and 15% sub-Saharan African. So when I was spending some time thinking on that, I was like, you know what, it'd be really fun to make avatars that represent those parts of me. And then that idea, I just wouldn't let go of it. So, and then other factors played in, like I am a skinfluencer for Alt3, the infamous Zipper or Femdaddy or daddy.rizzler, as many of you probably know. And she had posed a question recently, because she's going to be in Skin Fair, about like what skins the skinfluencers would like to see. And just that question alone just got me thinking about things. And then another post I had seen from Zipper was, about Genus heads and the products available for Genus heads. And so that got me curious about Genus heads, because I know that Morph head is like playing Mr. Potato Head. And I only resisted that because I am a very busy person. And so I don't have a lot of time for avatar creation. So you're probably like, well, why are you doing it now? Because I'm on break. I'm an educator. So Thanksgiving break is now. And I've noticed historically, just in trends of my, just even looking in my inventory or when I've done things, historically, they've happened over Thanksgiving break. I think my mind just needs a departure from all things education, and just get into more creative things. And SL is a good place for that. So, so there's, like I said, a combination of things just kind of came together for me. And so I'm going to be experimenting with the Genus head, and I'm a hardcore Lelutka girl. So I'm going to be experimenting with Genus. This is going to be a first. I'm going to use some Alt3 skin. I'm going to use some Velour skin. Haven't decided on all the faces. I've done some preliminary stuff. And as I was starting to do it, I also had Zipper in my ear going, you should stream this. And I'm like, Zipper, great minds. I was actually not going to stream it. I was going to make videos. So to that effect, obviously there's no one way to create an avatar. I like to create from an image or reference image or something. And I've always, from my earliest days in Second Life, creating the avatar that I felt in touch with was very challenging. But it could also be that I joined in 2007 and it wasn't the easiest thing back then and you didn't have a bunch of choices. So now you do have a bunch of choices, which I think it can be overwhelming for sure, for some. And I'm just going to be dealing with the brands and the brands that I know. I know there's a lot more out there, and I welcome any suggestions in the comments of other brands to consider. Also, this is a good time for avatar makeovers or creation or what have you, because it's Black Friday time. There's going to be a lot of sales to be had. I'm going to be focusing on that as well. I'm not I know there's folks out there who make videos on, making the best avatar you can on a budget or for free. And that's not me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think people do it in an amazing way. I think it just takes more time and patience than I have. So that's why I kind of just default to the brands and things I already know. So the process included me, I feel like I'm about to enter into touchy territory here with this, because I always feel like AI is a hot topic. And I even talked with Zipper about this a little bit too. But I like AI. I like it to brainstorm and to plan, and I'm a big user of ChatGPT, and it just helps me collect my thoughts and organize things. So what I've noticed with it lately is it's always evolving, as we all know, with AI, and you can create images with it. Like I know DALL-E, DALL.E, point E, I don't know, it's a dot. DALL-E, I suppose, or DALL-E, unless it's meant to be said like the artist Salvador Dali. But it's able to incorporate images now and just talking to ChatGPT, which is nice. So I just kind of talk it through. Like I suck at talking to Midjourney, and Tour knows this. I can't get Midjourney to make something for me if my life depended on it. So usually if I want something AI generated, I'll ask Tour I'll just tell him what I want, and then he'll magically talk to Midjourney and it will come out beautifully. Midjourney does not like me. So, but it's easier for me to talk it through with ChatGPT. And that's what I was doing. I was telling it what I wanted to do, that I wanted to create some new avatars in Second Life, and I wanted them based on my DNA, my roots, my genealogy. And I gave it all the percentages that I mentioned earlier. And so now I have some images of avatars that I'm going to create, that reference images that ChatGPT gave me. So currently I'm in Stratagem, standing between two of our buildings. So we have we built a beautiful compound that is basically trompe l'oeil. So this is like I don't even know what to call this one. This is not the main house. It's like an adjacent building. And there's this other room that's to camera left, I guess avatar right, that was like Tour's like little place to build things. And then I eventually just took that over too, because that's what I do. And so now it's my avatar creation room for the moment. I just use it for whatever. If I need an empty room to do something in, that's what's happening. So, and then in front of me now, you can see the main house. That's where we usually hang out. But in here, I have the images that ChatGPT created for me, and I gave them names, and I'm not going to remember all of them. I'm going to have to bring up my inventory to name them. But I remember this one, I named her Luce. So this is an image that I'm going to try to create an avatar to match. And this one represents the heritage I have that's European, which is predominantly Canary Islands. So this is a Canary Islands reference image created by ChatGPT. Then over here, I have the indigenous image. And so, like I said, I am Puerto Rican. And so the indigenous people of the Caribbean, at least in Puerto Rico and neighboring areas, were the Taino Indians, which are related to or a branch of the Arawak Indians. So that's where this image came from, and I think she's lovely. And then I have the sub-Saharan African, and I have 15% of that. And so this is the image that ChatGPT came up with for that. So then I thought, I want another image that will capture all three of these in the way that, you know, that make up me. So I asked it to blend all those and give me a reference image, and it did. And then that image is over here. And so this one is the blend. What to me would be Puerto Rican. This is what ChatGPT created for the blend of Canary Islands, Taino, and Sub-Saharan African. Now I know obviously there's any number of ways that this could come out, but I thought all of these were lovely and I want to create all of them. So I'm going to. I was trying to decide, I wanted to make, obviously these are all very different looks than I look, which is fine. But I also wanted to play with a different body type. So as many of you know, I tend to prefer curvy, full-figured, plus size, whatever you want to call it. So I live in the curvy shape. So I was like, you know, I've had alts who are, that I've created to be skinny or slim or more, I don't even want to say average size, because average size is not skinny. It's really like, I don't know, size 12 or 14, 16, somewhere in that range. But I've enjoyed playing with like a skinnier physique. So I know Tour is going to be like crying at this point, but I'm going to be making these girls on the leaner side, just because, as you can tell, I live a curvy life. I want to try something different. So I have alts I've used for role play and things. And I've used Maitreya the most. One of my alts definitely uses Maitreya with the Lara Petite add-on, not the whole body. And I wish in retrospect I would have just gone with the whole body, because I never have her like full chested. She's always tiny boobs. So with that being said, I was like, you know, if I'm going to try to make something new, I want to experience something different. So I was weighing it back and forth. I'm like, you know, I've done Lara Petite X, and I feel like there's still, it's hard to find things for the Petite X version, like clothing and stuff. So whenever I start thinking about bodies or mods or whatever, again, I always refer to Zipper, because she's, you know, she creates skins and she knows about all the bodies and all the mods, and she'll probably maybe even dispute that maybe not all, but I feel like she does. And I just wasn't sure what more designers create for. And it seems like maybe Legacy. So I'm going to do Legacy Petite. And I already did pick that up. And there is a Black Friday sale going on at Legacy that started today, which I'm glad that I waited, because when I get an idea, I've had this idea for a couple of days now, that I love to run with it and just go. And it's, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, hang on, just think about it, sit on it for a little bit. So it's been really hard for me to sit on for a little bit, because I really wanted to dive in and do this. But I'm glad I did, because if I would have dove right in, it would have been ahead of the Legacy sale, and I would have paid twice as much, and I would have really been irritated with myself. So right now you can get all the Legacy bodies for $2,500. Normally they're 5,000 lindens. So I got the Legacy Perky. And I'm excited for that, because I know I've bought many things that I already have just in the course of purchasing things. That include for Legacy Perky. So I know I'll have things to wear, so I won't need like a whole new wardrobe. I will be doing this with a Genus head. The first stop would be to, since I already have the body, is to go check out the head. So let's go over to Genus and select those parts. All right, here we are at the Genus store, and I had best act quickly, because I learned when I was standing around here doing my pre-video work that it will give you the boot after an hour. So just to, I guess, prevent griefers or people who just like to fill up the region and not let shoppers in, you know, that kind of thing. So it's the first time I've ever run into that. It's probably not the first store to do that. I just don't necessarily leave myself hanging out in stores. I was just doing some, like I said, some prep work. So I was kind of looking at SL and then kind of not, and didn't realize I had left my avatar in the store. So Anyway, apparently the store is under construction. I don't know what any previous versions of the store look like before, but the morph section we're gonna move over to is on this wall. Now, what's interesting, and what Zipper pointed out to me, because I would have probably had this question, is that these heads over here are all like already linked together. So they're preset heads right out the box. You can use them. You're good to go. And apparently Margot was a deal at like K9 or something recently for like 99 London, which I missed out on, but it was also the one that Zipper would recommend. Well, she did to me personally anyway, I don't know. So that's all well and good. I'm okay. I want to try the whole potato head experiment, so we're gonna do that. So you can get preset if you just want to get a head good to go, or you can kind of build your own. So that's what the morph thing is all about. So I'm going to decide on a head shape. Again, when I was here earlier analyzing things, I was looking at pictures and trying to decide which the best face shape was going to be. I'm feeling it's between oval and triangle. For a minute, I thought I was going to need round, but when I open up my pictures, they don't really support round. So, for example, here's the first one. Here's the Canary Islands. I named her Luz Marina. And then if you want to know about the names, Luz Marina is Light of the Sea, a poetic nod to the island's coastal beauty. So that's why I went with that. But she's not fully like direct on, but it looks like she has more of a triangular shape to me. So she would kind of go with that one. Then we have Yara. That's what I named the Taino. Yara meaning place or queen in Taino, with Maroa, a nature-inspired Taino name. So Yara Maroa, which I really like. And hers looks really triangular too, if you were to compare it to the triangle shape. To me, it looks very angular, so that's more of the triangle shape, which I didn't think I would go for, but looks like 2 votes for triangle. Then we have Naya. So here's my lovely African queen. And let me open that note card up again that I totally closed and didn't mean to. Naya Amani, which combines Naya meaning purpose in Swahili and Amani meaning peace, which I just thought was really pretty. And I've heard the name Naya before and really like it, so we went with that. Now, it was for Naya that I was thinking I would need a rounder face, but even looking at her head shape, I don't think round is it. I think oval is it for her. And then the last one being Amaida, which is what I named the Puerto Rican version. So Amaida Kaya. So Amaida is eternal beauty, and Kaya is a nod to the Taino word for island. So this name was kind of representing, like, you know, that Puerto Rico's an eternally beautiful island is what I was thinking. So Amaida Kaya is what I would name her. And it looks like for her, she looks more oval to me too. It's almost like Naya and Amaida kind of demand an oval shape, and Yara and Luz demand more triangular. So I'm probably going to do one of each, although it's very subtle, but you can see it. Like I said, there's just kind of a pointier chin. So an oval face shape is what I feel like I have more of naturally. So we're going to go with each one of those. So we're going to buy it. Like I said, there's no sale going on right now that I know of. So $1,900 for the head. We'll buy the oval one, and then we'll buy this one. And hopefully I have enough to buy the rest of the things. Oh, I won't, but I'll upload some more lindens right now. We'll see how much everything's going to cost. All right, so then it comes down to the eyes. So we're going to start with Luz. Now, if we look at the eyes, if we look at her eyes, I feel like she's got more of a round eye, or maybe a bunny eye, but I don't know why it's called a bunny eye. I can almost see kitten eye for her as well. So, and then each one of these is going to be, let's see, 600 Linden. Hers look really round to me, so almond wouldn't be it. Round almost doesn't seem round enough. Bunny does, and kitten does. I'm feeling kind of kitten for her, because she's also kind of got the upturned So let me write down kitten and see how many are gonna need kitten. So if we have Yara, let's see. I think she's probably more of a round eye. I'm feeling round on her. If I go with Naya, I feel like Naya has a really... Are we back to the kitten eye? She has kind of a big eye too. So maybe she's more kitten eye. So I gotta use out of that. Amida. She has a nice big eye. I think she's probably kitten as well. All right, let's focus on the nose. So how much is each nose? Is it also gonna be 600 linden? Yes, okay. Okay, let's look at Luce's nose. I feel like it's kind of pointy. Maybe the straight nose. That looks pretty much like that. Yara's nose, I'm thinking is probably more the bulbous one. And I'm thinking Naya would also have kind of a bulbous nose. Yeah, that's gonna be bulbous because I don't see a better one. Yeah, that's gonna be bulbous too. Then we have the mouth. Okay. Now, this is where when I saw these vampy lips that I'm like, I need to buy these just to have. Because I love teeth like that. I'm big into like vampire stuff. It's crazy. You would think I'd roleplay more in Vampire Sims, but I used to back in the day. All right, let's take a look at lips. So Luz has pretty narrow lips. I think hers would be the natural. Those appear to be like the skinniest. I don't know, these wicked lips. There's also tender lips. Does that mean they don't close? Because you see these little like peaky, you know, that there are always a little bit of teeth showing. So I don't know, I'm kind of leaning toward the wicked lips because they're thinner. She has a thinner lip. The natural lips, I don't know, I'll go with natural for her. I can't bring myself to do wicked. Maybe it's the name. Yara has very full lips. I would say hers are probably on the plumper side. I don't know about Cupid. It seems a little accentuated to me. Luscious are too like over full. So plump or maybe heavy. No, that seems like too much upper lip. Unless I take the natural lip and make them bigger. I don't know how big they would get. I guess that's what demos are for. And I'm notoriously bad at demos. So I'm just gonna say that now. I almost think like plump is too much. I think I could probably work the natural lips to make them a little fuller. So we'll stick with natural for her. Then we have Naya. So she has fuller lips. I kind of like the plump lip for her. I feel like Luscious is over the top, so probably plump. So she has a fuller lip too, so it could probably also use plump for her. I don't know, I may just go ahead and buy the vampy lip because I love it so much. I'm gonna just toss that in as an extra. And then if I look at what's next, it's the ears, which I'm intrigued by because if I have some unrigged earrings, I could probably loop them through these tunnels. I'll link the Genus server too in the description because I'm gonna have the landmarks. I'm gonna have additional information in the description below. But the Genus server has a lot of information on where to get other things. And that's where I saw some other earrings that I think I'm gonna pick up. So being on that server is a good idea. I'm assuming all of these are 600 as well. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna pick up at least one of these, maybe these medium human ears, so that with any unrigged earrings I can just kind of loop them through, because I like when people do that, because I tend not to do the unrigged. I'm lazy, as I've said on many occasions, so I just like to be able to put it on and go. I don't want to have to fuss of editing. So but I'll pick up the medium ears as well. Black Friday Genus. Oh, it's tomorrow. I should have waited. It starts tomorrow, so for the rest of you, if you want Genus at 50% off, you can, or sorry, up to 75, depending on what it is. The sign's over by where I was says 50%. So those normal prices, the $1,900 per head, would actually be $800 tomorrow, 800 linden. So it's a bigger deal, bigger savings. So win some, lose some. I don't want to wait anymore. I waited on this project for a couple of days. I'm ready to go, ready to do it. So I want to be able to do it. So I'll get some deals. I guess I can't score every deal there is, because my impatience wins sometimes. So, all right, here I am at Alt 3 near the sign for Black Friday. So at Alt 3, all the skin is 50% off. Look for the green Black Friday sale signs. And then if you want an additional 25% off, you can join the Discord. And then if you're in the VIP group, apparently you get 10% more off because Zipper was making a post on Facebook, SL Facebook, about people like really couponing it up. And I really admire people who do that. I suck with coupons, so if you're able to get stuff for free or very little, that's a great talent. So Black Friday sale, skins are 50% off, Discord 25% off, and like I said, I think if you're VIP you get 10% as well. So I was coming over here to look for skin tones that will work with the genus. So here we are. This is the Black Friday wall over here at Alt 3, and yeah, so these are the 3 that are available, and then these are the additional genus things that she has on this side. I'm just going to focus on the genus because that's what I'm working with today. So I'm going to say this wrong, and I apologize. Zipper will correct me later. Nihilum, that she could work for some lighter skin tones, but she won't work for darker skin tones that I have to make. So those 3, Zipper was saying she didn't release them because she didn't think they looked the best, which is, you know, fair to say. If she wasn't proud of the work, then why release it, right? So we're going to try Nihilum, Monique, and Luna. Now I have my interface on, and I want to kind of just color match and just take some notes and see what's going to work. So of Zipper's colors, Alt 3 colors, and I'm laughing at the chat because I was hanging out with Zipper and some of her friends, and they're still hanging out. If I were to look at loose, I think her skin tone would probably be 3, maybe 2. It depends. I usually wear 4 to create loose with Nihilum, so because the others would be hard to do in the darker. So then we have Yara, and her skin tone will probably be, ooh, she's nice and chocolatey. I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm normally a 4 and I feel kind of light skinned next to her. So I would say anywhere between 5, 6, or 7, as much as I can get close to her. I think 8's gonna be too much. I mean, 5 might even be too light, so maybe 6 or 7 for her. Okay, so then we have Naya, and Naya would probably be, depending, like if I don't end up with 7 for Yara, then probably 7 or 8 for Naya. I think 9 might be a bit dark, but I would try it too. I think we're looking at 4 or 5 for her. And it'd be interesting just to wear 4 with her because that's my default tone, but I might want to go a little darker. And that's the other thing. So she does have body skin, and actually she's working on the waifu body. So she's got Black Friday stuff here too. So she is working on Legacy waifu. So I think I will play with that. Waifu body skin. But I also picked up the Picasso skins from Velour. I got the fat packs over there because there was a sale. So, because I know Zipper had told me ahead of time that she's working out Legacy skin. And that's what I'm going to be wearing. So yeah, so I think what I'll probably do is I can try out the testing kit that she gave me, see how it goes. And then if it comes down to it, using Velour. But that covers it for now. I've got all the pieces. So I think this video, I'll stop and release it as one. And then the next one will go into our first avatar, which would be Loose. We will work on her first. So thanks for watching.